In a previous episode, we met with Jamie Chapman, the developer behind Riverside Place, the only major development to be delivered before 2023 in Kingston upon Thames. In this episode, we are visiting Jamie at Parliament Hill, the location of a new development that will comprise of 23 new units.
Having completed on the Riverside Place deal, we've now moved on to the residences in Parliament Hill. This is going to be a fantastic scheme on a site that's got housing all around it, and we're looking here at 23 units on this section here, on the lower section. Upper section we've got 3 tennis courts, a small green up there and a little pavilion. So that part will be given back to the community to use. This section down here with the 23 is made up of mainly 2-bed flats, 4 4-bed houses. 11 of those units we've got a buyer to take already, so we're a fair way along. The site's got planning permission, which is brilliant. We've already started, the demolition has happened, so we're going to be straight into the groundworks as soon as the site has exchanged and completed.
The site is located in an area of North London which sits on the border of the Borough of Islington and the Borough of Camden.
Location-wise, we're in the middle of, it's like being in London, but it's like the middle of a little village. Across in this direction over here, there's some fantastic Victorian houses, really grand, and you get lots of little areas with cafes in there, nice little pubs. It's kind of the best of London living in my mind. You're a village type feel. Greengrocers, butchers, local produce, but you've still got the links into central London. You're looking at 3 tube stations very close to here, 20 minutes into the centre of town. It's absolutely ideal.
Having already visited Riverside Place and now being at this piece of land, we wanted to find out what Jamie sees as the big differences between the types of development.
Most developments are fairly different in how you go about the build. Riverside Place is an exceptionally tight site, so there was a lot of time spent on how we're actually going to build the product, where we're going to store all of the materials, where we have site offices, public safety and welfare. Here we've got a very big open site which we can be working on. It will almost be like 2 projects, but we're running them both at the same time, with the leisure facilities up the top and then the actual build down here. We'll be looking at this one for off-site production, so we've got a nice lead-in time in between exchange and completion. We'll be utilising that for as much as possible, getting these made off-site, so they get the groundworks done, come to site, and it should go up very quickly from that point. So really looking forward to getting involved in this, and there's a nice bit of landscaping, and that's an area that I particularly like in terms of developments.
If you ask a developer what all developments have in common, they are likely to say that all developments, small or large, will all come with their own challenges. So we asked Jamie what he believes will be the challenging aspect of this development.
Every site has its challenges. This one here, we've got a Thames sewer that runs through it, but we've already got the agreement for a build over on that, so that would put a lot of developers off buying this, which is why it was a good site. You've also got a lot of, you're completely surrounded by houses. It's being mindful of those people that live there. They don't want you working outside of hours, so it's having very strict management of the construction team on site, and actually going around and doing a bit of a PR exercise with people before you get started, seeing if they've got any concerns, can you allay those fears before you get on site. It all helps during the build.
There's no question that the inner London market stands alone in its strength, but we wanted to find out who are likely to be the end occupiers of these particular properties.
The end users that I think will be looking at this, given that there's 2 beds and there's 4 4-bed houses, I think the 4 4-bed houses, you're going to be looking at someone that wants to come into the area, and it will be almost a blend of between, you're paying a similar price for a 3-bed around here from what we're offering for the 4 beds. So, and it's purpose built. So everything is, you're not having to make it fit into one of the existing older style buildings. There's very much a market for that. I love these type of buildings, but then I also, as the house I live in is very modern, and that's what we're going from this. People seek that out. They like the 10-year new build warranty that goes with it. So I think that's the 4 houses. We've also got quite a good bit of interest in one person wanting to buy all of those 4 beds off of us at the moment. So that'll be lovely if it comes through, although we're not banking on that. And then the 2-bed element, because you're just, it's, as you can tell, it's very quiet around here. You've got 11 to 18-year-old girls' school over the road, so there might be some people that are interested, family members. So I think we'll look for a mix of people that want to live close into central London but like the idea that it's nice and quiet here, and you've got the local community of the pubs and cafes.
So now, let's hear about the numbers.
So the capital stack on the residences is looking like it's about 18 to 18.5 mil on the resales. We've got about 14 to 14.5 mil on the costs, of which 3.5 will be equity. Myself and Accumulate will be putting £1 million of that in. The rest of that will be out to the investors to put in via Accumulate. So this is our second development with Accumulate, and things are going very well. I love working with the guys there and the team. It creates a real buzz and an energy. Being quite a boutique developer, we haven't got that many people in-house. We outsource a lot, so it's actually nice to have more of an office feel and be part of that larger team. In terms of how far can we go with this business model, everything is driven by the sites you find. If you find a good site, you will always get it funded. If you go the other way around of having the funding, it's a lot more difficult and you'll be past sites that aren't ideal. That's what I bring to the party, is that I can find sites and I've got very good contacts in doing so. At the moment we're scaling in a very controlled manner, and we'll be looking to push that out over the course of next year. We've got some fantastic sites coming on in the not too distant future that have been in the pipeline for quite a while, but they're starting to come to fruition. Currently we'll be looking to break ground around early March time. So we're looking for a bit more of a lead-in time on this, which enables us to get our working drawings finalised and to really get some quotes in from the off-site production companies. So if we do go down that route, we don't necessarily need to be on-site immediately, so we can have a little bit more of a lead-in time, but things are already afoot and moving fast with the professional team in the background getting everything ready. All of the professional reports in terms of site reports are done, which is nice, and there's nothing untoward there. The one issue we have with the sewer has now got a workaround on it, which can be put in place fairly easily. So it should be an exciting time, first quarter of next year.
If you were interested in hearing more about this development as an investor, Jamie talked us through how you can get in contact.
So the best way to get involved in this project is to go to accumulatecapital.co.uk's website. Up in the top right hand corner, click the links there, and then you'll be invited to sign up. You'll receive a free welcome pack through the post. Once you're signed up and have logged in, you can then get access to all of the developments we've got. So you'll have access to looking at the full due diligence pack on this and any other sites that we happen to bring through. You'll also, by doing that, be notified early of any sites that come through, and there may well be early discounts or incentives for coming on board as one of the lead investors.